Birmingham GT RCs here, giving you a little look at my ARRMA TYPHON 6S V4. Put some foams on there, I've put a wheelie bar on the back, little sticker ARRMA. I brought some screwdriver hexes, Allen keys, just giving you a look at what it looks like with these 1A foams. I've adjusted my cambers, my ride height, it's not too low, still quite a bit of travel in there, but I've probably taken away a good half the amount of travel upwards. It's not going to be doing real high speed, so it doesn't need to be all the way down on the floor. All my wheels are nice and level, for a nice straight line speed. I want to try and maximise what we get out of it in 4S. Running on the stock 14 tooth pinion and stock 50 tooth spur. Stock motor, stock ESC, stock servo or stock. Just running a 4S LiPo 50C to 100C discharge HRB battery. Stock controller. As you can see, I've mounted my little camera mount on the bottom so I can do a bit of recording when I take it out for a run. Just got to make one stop, get some Velcro so I can stick my GPS on the inside, because I don't want it on the outside, so I'm going to stick it on the inside. These foams, they weigh 45 grams each, 45 grams. The original wheels, they weigh 115 grams. So yep, very light. These foams are very light. Saved about 280 grams there. Okay guys, just gonna let you have a look at the weight in the wheels. It's my ARRMA TYPHON V4 wheels, stock wheels. Just turn it on. It's on grams. Okay. So more or less 115 grams, 114 grams. Yep, 115 gram wheels to 48 grams, guys. Big difference in weight. 115, 48. And that's got that little nut in the middle. Let's get that out. That weighs 3. That was what I was using on my HSP, you know, just to go from 12 mil to 17 mil. 45 grams, guys. 15 grams. As you can see, there's nothing extra in there, you know, causing any extra weights. Brand new wheel, never been run. These are brand new as well. Something's greasy on here. Or something's leaked onto my foams. Not sure what that is. Anyway, 45 grams to 115 grams, guys. That is the difference in the foams and them. But I'm losing the travelling distance in the diameter of the wheels, because obviously they're going to be smaller, they're not going to balloon, but kind of counterbalancing it with reducing the weight. So hopefully it'll still get up to 70 mile an hour when I've got it on the 20 tooth with a 6S. And I've also got a 20 tooth pinion as well, so I'll have that in there as well. I did have it out for a little 1 minute run just to check that the settings I put on my EC punch, you know, all the rest of it, brakes and so forth, it was all working right, and basically the car drives, because, you know, firing it up in your house and spinning the wheels in your hand with the car off the floor or whatever, you know, it's not exactly a test drive. So I literally just went out the front, with the normal tyres on normal setup, and I just had a little 1 minute blast. Didn't go very far, not even 30-40 meters down the road. Come back up the other end, come back, you know, just literally like a minute. Everything was working nice, everything looks all right. Brought it back in, fitted a wheelie bar, fitted some tyres, adjusted my cambers and my toe, my ride height. I'm only working with the settings that the car has to offer at the moment. And the only accessories I've added so far before I've driven it are the foams and the wheelie bar. I'm waiting on my front bumper to come. Not one for high speed runs, you know, for aerodynamics, just a normal GRP, whatever you call them, bumpers, you know, rubber bumpers. For now anyway. But yeah, we're going to take it out today, guys, and see what this is like then. See what it drives like, speed-wise. See what we can get out of it. It's Birmingham GT RCs. Giving you a little speed run. Before I shoot off as well, I shortened my aerial, as you can see. So I've shortened that, so there's no catching on that now. That's shortened. I just cut the plastic tube shorter, took off about that much off it. There you go, it's not sticking through the body. I'd rather it didn't have a hole there, but at least it's not sticking through the body. And it's just poking out enough to get signal if it really needs to be out the body, but yeah. I firmed up my suspension front and rear as well, guys. I've got back and front right down at its lowest. So they're nice and firm, you know, keep a nice steady drive at high speeds, you know, I don't want it wobbling all over the place. I'm going to take it to a nice smooth road, so it should get maximum performance out of it. I'm not sure if it'll be long enough, but we'll see what happens. And we'll break these foams in. It's my Tyhon 6S V4, guys. About to do its first run. That looks nice, man. And the wheelie bar as well. It is an ARRMA wheelie bar for this V4. As you can see, brand new. And that's the wheelie bar. That's it sitting on the wheelie bar there. With these tyres on, though, I don't think I'll be getting it up to the up onto the wheelie bar, but who knows? It may find grip. It may find itself some grip. We'll see what happens. Let's go get this out then, guys, and see what it can do. And it's stock gearing, stock setup, and my own adjustments to the stock setup. Okay, guys, just taking it out for a little test run. No GPS on there, just gonna have a little run, make sure everything's running right, everything's running smooth. Then I'll fully charge the battery and I'll put the GPS on it. I'm running it right now at 50% on the controller. Alright guys, that's 50%. Let's go 75. All right, let's go 100%. Woo. Sorry about the noise, guys. That's why I'm not talking too much. It's really loud. So I'm just letting you guys have a look at how it's running. It's running good, guys. It's running good. The brakes are really sharp, especially on these foams, but it's running good. I turned the draw rate down real low, so it's not too sharp on the steering. But yeah, it's running good, guys, man. You put your foot down in this thing, it wants to go straight. As you can see, a little slippy on these foams, guys. I'm just breaking them in. First time they've really been used. So I'm just breaking them in, just giving it some. They are cheap foam, so I'm not really too fussed about them. Just giving it a go. Seeing how it handles. And as you can see, guys, it's very stable. Handles well, wants to pull straight. Can't complain, guys, can't complain. Setup's good. Just messing with the steering trim, guys. Yeah, I like it, guys. I like how it's driving. It's driving nice, guys. As you can see, this is flat out off the line, guys. It's not very fast. That's flat out off the line, flat out off the line. Full throttle off the line, guys. It's not very fast on this 14.2, so I'm definitely going to go and gear it up. Just little wheel spin marks. First time these tyres have really been put to work. They're doing all right. Not loads of grip, but they're not causing it to, you know, pull a wheelie or anything like that. That's at full power, 100%, guys. On 4S. On the 14 tooth. Let's turn the draw rate right up. That's the throttle draw rate turned up to high. I did have it on low, or medium, I should say, halfway. Not much. Okay, let's test the temperatures. Let's have a look at the temperature. Let's have a look what the temperatures are saying. It's the first time I've had it out, guys. Oh, it's sensitive. Very sensitive. Turn the draw rate down a touch. Oh, that's very sensitive. Put it back to halfway. That's better. Halfway is more controllable, guys, at low speeds. High draw rate, just putting the power in real high, as you all probably know. Right, let's have a feel. Well, you can see I got my hands on there. It's warm, guys. Not even, well, the ear seat feels cold still. You can barely feel any heat. And the motor's the warmest, but as you can see, I've got all my hands on there, you know. Back of my hand on there. If you can put the back of your hand on a motor, it's not hot. Yeah, so yeah, guys, I mean, I haven't used up the battery or anything. I've just got it a little dusty out here. It's a little, you know, sandy and stuff, as you can see. But, you know, it is what it is. Taking it out for a test run, guys, and it's doing the job. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to charge it up. Get it all charged up, guys. And I'm going to get it out on a full battery. And I'm going to put the, I'm going straight to a 22 tooth pinion on a 50 tooth spur, and we'll see what speeds we get with the GPS on, guys, because I'm happy with the setup. I'm happy it can handle the speeds. So yeah, let's show you that now on 20 tooth pinion and let you see what speeds we get. This is Birmingham GT RCs doing the thing. Okay, we're back home, guys, and I've got to sort out my camera. Settings ain't good, it's jerking all over the. Okay, guys, so we're back at home. As you can see, I've had the centre diff out, drive shaft out, and the motor's out. Gave it a dust off with the paintbrush, get all the little bits of sand and grit off, dusting my tyres off so I could have a good look at them. Check the roll on the. These are the bearings that come stock. I have got some ceramic Avid bearings coming all round, so I'll be changing the full set of bearings. Not straight away, let these, you know, might as well get a bit of use out of these bearings. They are new, so they're perfectly fine for the speeds I'm doing at the moment. I'm happy with the setup. I may soften the suspension just a touch, because as you saw in the video, I hit the drain and it flipped the back end up and around and put the car sideways. So, you know, at the speeds I'm doing, I'm not exactly doing real crazy high speed, so I'd like it to be able to soak up the bumps just a little bit more. So I'm going to adjust the suspension. If we have a look at the chassis, as you can see, where it hit the where we are, there we are, sorry guys, as you can see where I hit the drainage, it gave a good little dent there. You can't really tell it, but it gave it a good scratch on that. It's going to get a load more because it's not completely flat. As you front and rear, it's not completely flat. A little hard to tell, but if I get in a different angle, you can see there it's giving a good scratch. It bottomed out on that little drainage, and apart from that there's no other scratches on there, so you can tell it's not bottoming out under braking or anything like that. So I'm going to soften it up just a little touch so it doesn't bounce the car up in the air when it hits a bump, because that's basically what happened. Obviously for high speed runs you're not going to want to hit anything, so you know, but as I'm going to be running it, let me get it on the stand properly, as I'm going to be running it at the moment, more or less stock and stuff, you know, I'd like it to be able to soak up the bumps a bit more. So I ran it on the 14 tooth pinion with the 50 tooth spur. I did want to change out the pinion straight away, but getting these two screws out for the motor mount was very hard, and so I left it because I was like, how am I going to heat this up? You know, the plastic covers here, you could have took that off, try heat it up, but I didn't want to start trying to heat this up to get them out. So I just had an idea, why don't I just run the car? I'm sure it's going to get warm anyway from the motor, and maybe that'll free it up. And it's exactly what happened, guys. I ran the car, as you saw in the video, I was running the car, and then I put the I'll show you, I used a 2.5 it is. That's the screwdriver set I brought, as you can see. You know, I got myself some good tools there for the job, and as soon as I put it in and applied a bit pressure, crack, you know, both of them cracked off. And yeah, so if any of you are getting that issue with a brand new V4 or a lot of other vehicles, you know, we're trying to undo the motor screws and things like that for the first time, do it just after running the car when your motor's hot and warm and the mounts, everything's warm. You'll find you might undo it a lot easier rather than rounding off the insides of your bolts and so on. You know, run your car gets warm, crack them off. Apart from that little tip there, guys, for you, anyone has that problem. So yeah, that made it way easier to get them off. I'm happy with everything. I'm happy with the way it's all running. The tires, as you can see, they have a slight camber, so it is wearing, but then when it's on full lock it wears the edge. So there's a fine balance, you know, with the front wheels. I'm gonna probably have to, I'm not sure if I can adjust, can I? No, I can't. So there's not much I can do about that. You know, some you can adjust where you move the arms in and out, so you know, to make the wheels react differently. You can't with these, so you know, it's set as it is, but you can just see the wear. It's not bad. It's probably as good as it's going to get. The rears slightly, only very slightly wearing on the inside edge, a little touch more, so that's good. It's not, you know, that it shows there's just a tiny bit of camber, just a tiny bit, but the stability is great, guys. You saw it in the video, running at 100% on 4S. Mind you, the battery was probably half flat, you know, but still, you know, more than good enough to get this up to speed. And on the 14 tooth pinion, I didn't put the GPS on it. I think you can all see it wasn't fast. It wasn't fast at all. But yeah, so this is where we're at now, guys. I've got everything out, as you can see. That's all the screws I had to remove. 4 screws here for that, to get that off, to get your diff out, give that a little dust off, get all the stones and bits out of there, you know, little stones and, you know, all the sand and grit getting into your bearings will grind them down even quicker, so it's always good to try and keep them clean. 4 screws for that, 2 screws to adjust the motor mount, and 2 screws for the motor, and it's all apart there, guys. Everything came apart real nice, didn't have to struggle with any of the screws. So if that's a bit of an advice I'd give to anybody with the ARRMA vehicles, you know, and other vehicles, you know, you find when you get them new and you can't undo the screws, if it's anything to do with being Loctited into metal to metal near something that gets warm, let it get warm first and then try and undo it. You might find they'll come out a lot easier. So yeah, everything came apart lovely. Didn't have to tap or drill or cut or anything to get anything out. Everything came out lovely. And there's the pinion it was running on. There's the stock 20 tooth pinion it comes with, speed pinion. But I also brought from my local hobby store, Wheel Spin, I brought a 22 tooth. It is an ARRMA 22 tooth. There is the code right there. So I got a 20 tooth in there. It comes with 2 grub screws as well. So I got a 22 to go in. So I'm going to stick that in. Dab a bit of Loctite on there so it don't come out. I'm going to run it on the 22 and see how we get on. And then the next thing I'll change is I'll downsize this 50 tooth maybe to about a 42 tooth for now and see what speeds we get. But first we'll go straight to a 22 tooth because there's quite a lot of videos out there with the 20 tooth in and guys seeing what speed you get in. So let's put the 22 tooth in with the 50 tooth and see what speeds we get, guys. So stay tuned for that one, and then we'll get this one back out again. Okay guys, so motor's back in, diff's back in. Thought Loctite, I used blue Loctite on it. I could see there was blue Loctite on the threads, so I just reused blue Loctite. Normally I always seem to use the red Loctite, but we'll go with blue and see what happens. I just put a tiny little bit. If it's too much, I just rubbed it off on some tissue. As you can see, the only thing is with this one, when I was screwing it in, you can see the Loctite kind of sucked itself in, but this one didn't. It's left a bit round on the screw edge. I don't think it should be too much of a problem getting it out, because I know Loctite doesn't go well with plastic, but it is a metal motor it's actually screwing into, so I think we should be all right getting it back out. Everything went in lovely, blue Loctite, everything back in. Got my gear mesh. And I literally just held my finger under the chassis where you got the little slot and just rattle it, turn it, you know, as you do. And you hear the little knocking sound. Just if I can get in there. You hear that knocking sound, turn it. And turn it. Every little click, just keep turning every little click. You can use the dry shaft as a marker where you started, so you can check all the full rotation, you know, because you'll probably find that you'll bind a little bit somewhere. So then you'll have to loosen it back just a touch more so it doesn't bind anywhere around the turn of the spur or your pinion. And it will last a lot longer, sound a lot nicer, mesh well. So it'll be less strain on your ESC and motor. So that's my Typhon now. It's geared up with a 22 pinion and a 50 spur. So we'll see what speeds we get, guys. I'm going to put the GPS on it and get it out. But before I do that, I'm going to leave this to set because I want the Loctite to set in, you know, the grub screw Loctite, everything to set in nice. I don't want it to work its way a little bit loose and then set, you know, when it's not really tight. So I'm going to leave it now till tomorrow, let it set overnight, let it do its thing. And then hopefully the weather should be all right tomorrow to get it out and go for that run. Just finished getting this together, guys, and I'll be done. My battery's fully charged. I'm going to order a new one, new 4S. I've got a 6S coming, exactly the same brand, exactly the same output, just on a 6S. This is 4S. I'm going to order a new one because when I crashed with my Azima and the battery came out and I hit the corner, I think it's done more damage to the battery on one cell, purely because when I'm charging it, I put it on balance charge, and the one cell, I'm not sure which cell, but it just shows one cell. The first digits on the charger was showing that cell was like, you know, 0.232 out compared to the rest, where the rest was all the same or one out from each other. So I'm assuming it could be that little dent. So I am, you know, I fully balance charged it and it was only one out, and let's say the rest was like 42020, 42020, 42020, but that first one was like 419. So it's still within reason, you know, to be able to use it safely. It didn't feel warm, it's not puffed. I have been running it today, so yeah, you know, I'm all right with still using that, but I'm going to order a new one just to play it safe. But hopefully now I won't get that problem with the battery flying out. We're not on any tumbles or anything, hopefully, with it strapped in properly. I'm going to get some better straps though for the ones that go around, a little thicker and stuff, a little more nicer looking. Going to get some straps. Apart from that though, yeah, so far so good, guys. Everything I'm doing on this has just gone smoothly. I've had no problems. I've come across no problems. It's so easy to work on. Get the pinion out, diff out, give it a clean off. It's so easy to work on. I may have open the diffs and have a look at them as well, but at the moment I'm not going to bother with them until I change the diff oils and stuff like that, because I am going to change the oils in there. At the moment it's running stock. Everything's stock, guys. I want to do this run with everything stock. The only difference here is I've got these wheels on and I've put a wheelie bar on the back. So I've added a little bit of weight with the wheelie bar, but I've lost a lot of weight with the wheels. I've lost speed with the diameter, but you know, it's got nice stability with these wheels at all speeds. So we'll just see what happens, guys. Just try to put a hobby wing fan on as I've geared it up, and basically when you screw the fan down on top and your body at the rear of this post, you basically, the body touches the top of here, and you kind of trying to stretch the body around to pin it down, which is not what I want. So I've just left the heatsink on at the moment. It's going to do a little, not a lot, you know, because I really wanted a fan. I may just go with a completely different fan altogether for this, something that sits more lower down, a little thinner, still gives a good kick. I might go with a totally different fan and probably have it so it turns more on the inside. I might turn this around and have this end on the other side and have it turned right in so the fan's on the inside. I'm gonna have a little mess around and see which works best at the moment. So I've just taken that off, and we're just going to leave that on for now. It's not going to make a difference. So it's geared up. We're going to let it dry and we'll get back at it. You're back out there again. Okay, it's all put back together. It's all ready to go, guys. Just and it does feel easier to push than what it did before when it came with the stock 14 tooth. It felt quite hard to push. Felt a little tighter. Now it feels a little looser and sounds nicer too. And as you can see, there's no real friction in there. If anything, I've freed it up more. So I think I got that running nicer, guys. So I'm not going to fire it up and spin the wheels. I want all the Loctite to do its thing and everything like that, so there's no movement. Yeah, I'm going to soften the front just a touch. The back's okay. I'm going to soften the fronts just a touch, and then we should be all right from there, guys. As you can hear, it's raining now anyway, so yeah, we're not getting out now. It's starting to rain, but we'll be out tomorrow, guys. So for now, that's everything on my Typhon V4 for today. And I'll be back at you again with some more videos and some more updates on what I've been doing and how I've been getting on. And you'll get to see the GPS speed run on this little bad boy. Stay tuned. Birmingham GT RCs. Peace out.